Hello?
Sam Cosme, please.
Yes, this is Sam Cosme.
Sam, it's Coach Rivera. How you doing?
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
You're still on our board, and we're going to take you with our next pick, all right?
Are you serious?
I'm very serious, Sam.
Oh,
I'm very serious.
you serious?
You
I
go,
remember. Are you serious?
yeah, you're going to be a Washington football team member, all
I'm
right?
be- Are you serious? I'm going to watch the thing, guys. Thank, thank you, Coach.
All right, man. Hey, we're real happy for you. We are fired up, all
Yeah.
right?
Well, there you go. Head coach Ron Rivera making the call to the second-round draft pick, Sam Cosme. We will be having that as well. It's so exciting because this is where dreams come true. The sacrifice and players and families are rewarded because of that. Welcome into Draft Week 21, presented by Bud Light. Julie Donaldson here with you. We've been throwing it back to the 80s all weekend long because those were the days when this franchise was at its best. During the 80s decade, they actually won 2 Super Bowls, but it wasn't shortly thereafter, so you can pretty much say it carried over that they won their third as well, with head coach Joe Gibbs really knew what it took to be able to draft the right players, put the team together, and take them to that elite status. That is exactly what head coach Ron Rivera is hoping to do as he now has his second draft in charge. But this year, of course, we know he has plenty of help with general manager Martin Mayhew and, of course, Marty Herney joining him in that front office. They have been hard at work, and through the first 2 days, we already see that it is paying off. 4 picks have already been made. Taking a look at these, and tweet us in what you think about how the team has done so far. Send your tweets to WAS NFL Draft 21. We're going to be featuring them. We'll put them on our ticker. Let us know what you think we've done so far and what you would like to see us do as we now are entering in day 3. The first one comes at number 19 overall, Jamin Davis, a linebacker out of the University of Kentucky. Of course, we knew that the linebacking unit was one that this offseason, the head coach, Ron Rivera, and of course, defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio were going to be targeting and looking to beef up. So he's going to be joining Cole Holcomb, which has been a nice surprise and a pick, of course, just a couple of years ago, in John Bostic. You can expect him probably to take over that middle linebacking starting spot. He has got some speed, though, folks. He can run an unofficial 4.3 40-yard dash, which means he's going to be going sideline to sideline. Another thing that they really like out of this player, Jamin, is that he can cover, and he is not afraid. He has the ability to have been potentially on offense, play the position of tight end, but he said he likes to hit. He likes that physicality, and that is exactly what they are hoping for in that linebacking room. So you can be excited about what he's going to bring and what he's going to be able to do on that defense. He went out last night to dinner with Chase Young. Apparently Chase was thrilled about this pick, had so much fun with him, John Allen, a couple of other guys as he's getting acquainted with his new teammates here at the Washington football team. But he should be a nice addition to that linebacking room. As well, in the second round, they took Sam Cosme, an offensive tackle out of Texas. He started his career at the University of Texas at FedEx Field, actually, when they played the University of Maryland. He then now will be starting, of course, his NFL career at FedEx Field. Really cool how that one worked out. He was he's big, he's athletic, he has a lot of size, and one thing that they really liked about him as well is he has the character that will fit right in with the culture of what this team is looking to build for. When I was chatting with him yesterday, he said, look, it comes from his family. Nothing was given to them. Everything was earned, and because of that, he has a work ethic that if he gets beats once, he's going to do his darndest to make sure he's not beat a second time. That's what they're looking for. Probably going to take a little bit of time as he's going to be maybe a little bit of a development player, but you have one of the best O-line coaches in John Matsko that's going to be able to work with him. He's already had some good conversations with him. He's looking forward to coming in, working on his technique, kind of the offensive lineman that's probably going to do a little bit better against the run right now because he does have that physical stature, but he's going to be one that is going to grow and be able to really help in pass coverage as well. Then we go on to their third pick so far in the draft, and that's Benjamin St-Juste, cornerback out of Minnesota. He started his college career at the University of Michigan, but then transferred after one season to finish his last 2 years at Minnesota. He actually comes from Canada, folks, so we are reaching far and wide to make sure that we get the right players here. He was the second best recruit out of Canada, and he's also, here's the thing, one of the things that they really wanted when they were looking at bringing in players, of course, is versatility. He's played a lot of man, cover three, inside, outside. He is not afraid to do whatever it needs to take to make sure he is on the field out there, and he even says he's excited to play special teams. When you hear players say that, you know that they're hungry, they're going to come in and want to try and contribute. So we'll see how he fits in that secondary as well. And we know their coach, Chris Harris, is good at making those DBs. As he said, we're all DBs. We're not necessarily safeties and corners, although they have their positions. They want the versatility. He's good at taking them to the next level. So excited to see what St-Juste does when he comes here. And then our final pick is Dyami Brown, wide receiver out of UNC. This is a player that was on their board that they had wanted, and he pretty much kind of fell a little bit to them. Now, Dyami was hoping and expecting to go a little bit higher in the second round, so he comes in with the chip on his shoulder, which he said will be all the motivation that he is going to need to come out here and prove to everybody that he can do it, but most importantly, prove to himself that he deserves to be here at the NFL level. He also had 2 1,000-yard back-to-back seasons at the University of North Carolina. He says he has that speed, he's quick, he's smooth, and he wants to take the top off of defenses. So that should be a nice compliment, opposite of Terry McLaurin, which, by the way, was selected in the third round as well. So we're not sleeping on the picks that Washington got yesterday. So yesterday we did have the opportunity to get to know these new additions to the Washington football team a little bit better. Here is the conversation that Benjamin St-Juste had with Fred Smoot. It's Corner to Corner Talk.
Fred Smoot here, former Washington cornerback, here to introduce you to the newest part of the Washington football family, Benjamin St-Juste. How you doing, brother? And congratulations on being drafted tonight.
I'm doing great. Thank you, sir.
Could you take us to how it felt to hear your name called? Who did you talk to first? Was it coach? Was it the GM? Could you take us through your draft night process?
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't stressed, you know, I was just blessed. I was just happy to be in the draft. It didn't really matter where, what pick, what round. Ended up being a great fit. I got the call. They called me a few picks before. They said, we're gonna pick you at 74. Be ready. We're gonna call you back after. Was able to talk with the head coach. Was able to talk with the position coach. And then throughout the process, while I was, you know, January, February after the Senior Bowl, I had a chance to, you know, meet with the Washington football team and some of the coaches. And all of my interviews went great. So I felt like overall it's a great fit, and I think we liked it.
All right, most definitely. Now you got to tell me, once you heard that I'm going to Washington, I'm sure as a cornerback, I'm a former cornerback, the first thing hit your mind was Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. How's it going to feel to play behind that type of defensive line?
It's great. I think it goes hand to hand, like defensive back and D-line. Yeah. If the D-line produce and get to the quarterback, that's less time I got to cover and more opportunities to make some plays, so I love it.
Most definitely. And when people see your height, when I came into the league 6'1½", people thought I was tall. Now we're talking about 6'3", 200 pounds. You know, have you been asked by coaches and talked to by coaches by playing more than just corner? I seen at the Senior Bowl you played a lot of inside slot. Usually they don't ask tall corners to play slot, so you show some versatility there. Has anybody talked to you about playing outside, inside, and possibly some safety?
Oh yeah, definitely. I even played a few reps in the game at safety, and I think that's what makes me different from the other defensive back, because I can be a corner, but let's say they need me to play at safety or need me a certain package to play inside or whatever, then I can do it. And I think that's what I bring to the table, and that's why I'm a great fit for the team.
Yeah, you're right about that, because you look at this draft, everything coach has done been versatility. He loved guys, Swiss Army knives, guys that can do more than one thing. But the one thing about a cornerback, we can't ever lie to ourselves. We all come with our great things and we come with our flaws. When I got here, I need to work on my zone because I play so much man. If you being the hardest critic on yourself, what do you think you need to work on to actually rewind your game?
I think top of the route, you know, just being productive. I think like the NFL just in general is a production business. So I need to go like turn around my head and go get those interceptions and over and over again, you know. Turn those PBUs into interception. I think that's what's gonna make me a great football player, a great defensive back.
And now we talk to football. I gave you a congratulations. You are now part of the Washington family. Now, let's give the fan base a chance to know who you are. There's a couple of things I got to ask you about, all right? Knowing English is one of the languages you know. What's the other two languages that you study?
So my native language is French. I'm from Montreal, Canada, French-speaking city. And then my dad is from Haiti, so I speak Creole.
All right, you can speak a little bit of everything then, huh?
A little bit.
No problem with that. Now, I did see when you came out of high school, you were the second best player in Canada. I have to ask you, who was the first? It wasn't Drake, was it? Who was the first, the #1 player in Canada at the time?
I think it was my good friend Chuba from Oklahoma State, running back.
Hubbard.
Yep.
Oh yeah, all right, most definitely. Now, this is the one that I think everybody wants to hear. You have to take us down to the story with you in a pair of Jordans and the Pope.
All right, I got so freshman year at Michigan, Coach Harbaugh brought up a new thing that he wanted to do. He wanted to travel every year after spring practices, and the first destination in 2017 was Rome. And obviously the Vatican is in Rome, so that had to be on our list of activities. So we went there early in the morning, I think day 3, and then the Pope was out there. And then with the connection that we had, we was able to meet the Pope and be there. And Coach Harbaugh decided to bring a pair of Jordan 5, and gave it to the Pope. Took a picture. The Pope raised the Jordan in the air. It's random, but it's a historical moment. It's a classic.
Yeah. Oh no, most definitely it's a classic. Now, do you have any proof that he actually wore the Jordans? Did he actually wear the Jordans?
I don't know. I don't know if he got fresh like that. I have no idea.
All you know is you did your part. All right, most definitely. You know, one thing I wasn't ever scared to is tell the fans what they was getting when they drafted me. All right, could you just personally tell, when we talk about Benjamin, what type of football player we getting and what type of person are we getting here bringing to the DMV?
We get a very mature person on and off the field. Someone.
Number 2 when I was at college at Mississippi State. Couldn't wear my number 2 when I made it to the league. You, my friend, you get to choose between almost, 49 numbers? What you got in mind right now?
I might stick with the 2-5 because I played 2-5 in college, or I might hit the single digit number 4. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what's available. We'll see how I feel it once I see the jersey, how the swag look. But it might be 25, might be 4, might be something else.
Well, I think we got a great draft pick when we drafted you tonight. First of all, I want to congratulate you on being drafted by the Washington team, and I want to actually welcome you to the DMV. We can't wait to get you here. Can't wait to see you suited up and padded up.
All right, thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you.
And when we come back, what about De'Ami Brown? What does he think he's going to be bringing to the wide receiving room? How excited is he to play across from Terry McLaurin? I'll have that conversation with him when we come back here on our Draft Week Live from 2021. We are presented by Bud Light.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Bud Light. Seltzer, hip. Even though you can't go to the game doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. Budlight.com/delivery. Hey, Bud Light. How many?
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have.
We're delivering for the Earth by investing in more electric vehicles, reusable packaging, and carbon capture research, making Earth our priority.
I thought I'd seen it all.
When was the last time you experienced something different? Dig in to support Black-owned restaurants.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol.
Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie. The Eagles.
The Drive.
Welcome back to Draft Week 21 Live, presented by Bud Light. Julie Donaldson here. I'm flying solo today. I don't know. Bram Weinstein, Fred Smoot. They had enough of me, apparently. But you know what, folks? We have not had enough of the draft because it is day 3, and there are 4 picks that are going to be coming today. And already, well, we've had quite a few that have gone down. So what about were they added to the wide receiving room? De'Ami Brown out of UNC had 2,000-yard seasons back-to-back. He says he is fast. He takes the top off of defenses, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. Here's the conversation with De'Ami. All right, De'Ami, you get the call. When did you realize it was going to be Washington?
I actually didn't realize it until I think it was actually right before the pick. You know, I got the phone call. And the number was looking real unfamiliar, but I answered it. You know, it said it was Washington. A blessing came.
You were on their boards as one of the guys that obviously that they wanted. They wanted to add some good speed. What were the conversations like though, leading up to this that had them saying, "All right, we're selecting him. He's our guy."
Oh man, I definitely don't know. I only talked to Washington one time. So. It kind of caught me by surprise. And I think it was definitely, a great choice, for them to, give me the opportunity. And it's just amazing. I can't even talk right now.
I love it. It's the raw emotion. It's so real because this is the night when dreams come true. And look, I checked out your Twitter before we came on here, and you talk about being the underdog, having the chips on your shoulder. What is it then now that this night has become a reality? The NFL is there. You're coming to Washington. What is it you want to prove?
Everything. They told me that I was, early second round pick. They ranked me higher than what I went. So it's time to prove everybody wrong. I've been having to prove people wrong, pretty much my whole life. I've always been the underdog, like I said on my Twitter. And, so just being able to still keep going and being successful and, pushing myself to, the utmost high,
go on, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So just making sure that not just proving everybody else wrong, but proving myself right. I always have to prove yourself right first.
You know what you're capable of and what your calling is. But you know what? Around these parts, we don't sleep on 3rd-round picks. When Terry McLaurin, 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
And you see what he's been able to do with this team. What do you make of playing with him and being in that wide receiving room with him?
Oh man, I definitely think we can be dynamic. Just adding on the speed with him and everything. It's definitely amazing that I've been in the offense where it's two receivers that, that can be explosive and make the big plays, and just adding on to the offense and being alongside of him. I know we can do big things.
If I look at the scouting report, they say you're a big threat plays out there. Where do you pride yourself on in your game?
I've been a deep threat, that's what I've been labeled. So I'm, having those 20 plus yards for a catch and, having the most receiving yards for over 50. It's amazing, but I can't just say that I'm just a deep threat. I'm more than that. I can do everything. I can run all the immediate routes that, that they want me to run. I can do the quick game stuff as well. But, just the explosiveness just shows you what I can do.
Footwork. That's something else that I've heard you've been praised for. One was saying that it's like you, when you take off, that it's almost like you're skating on ice. Is that a fair comparison?
I could definitely say that. I ran track back in the day, so I'm pretty sure you can compare me to, just skating on ice. It's something that's easy.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing that, being able to see what you do bring to this wide receiving room. What's next for you? Is there a celebration? You go straight to work?
Still working. Still working. No days off. I'm still trying to prove people wrong, prove myself right. I'm just ready.
What was tonight's celebration like, though? I said we had some good grubs. The family was all in town.
Oh, man. Yeah, definitely good grubs. We had, I think it was a place called Shane's. We had some chicken wings and everything. And then just the family being there, they were so excited. only thing they let me get up out my chair when my name got called.
Look, we don't want to hold you up for too long here. I know you have a celebration to get to. What message do you have for fans that they need to know about you and what you're going to bring to this franchise?
Diami is a competitor, and he is ready to go.
All right, Diami, that works for us. Congratulations. Welcome to the Washington football team. We can't wait to see you on the field and to see that speed at work. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
We are not sleeping on round 3 picks, nor are we going to be sleeping on the picks today. There are 4 picks to go. Already the war room is busy. We know that this front office staff on the football side has their boards made out. So far, they're very pleased with the draft. We shall see how it finishes up at the end of the day. And when that final pick is in, make sure you come back to us because we're going to have head coach Ron Rivera joining the show. As well, we'll have defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio and offensive coordinator Scott Turner. So make sure when it is all said and done today, you come back to find out how they feel overall that this draft went on offense and defense and what they're most excited for, looking forward to 2021. In round 4, we have pick 123. In round 5, pick 163, and then 2 7th-round picks, one that came from Las Vegas and another from a trade with Miami. So here you go, folks. So make sure you tweet us throughout the entire draft, letting us know how you think the team is doing, what you would like to see them do going forward, and yeah, go ahead, give us our grades. We're not afraid of it. Hey, thanks for watching Draft Week 21 Live, presented by Bud Light. I'm Julie Donaldson. Enjoy the draft. Beautiful weather out. And of course, we will see you once all is said and done.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol.
Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie.
The Eagles.
The Drive.
There's no better place to bet the NHL than on FanDuel Sportsbook. It's easy to find your bet and lock it in just a few simple taps. And on FanDuel, the action doesn't stop when the puck drops. With in-game betting, you can bet live games with updated odds right through the final horn. And when you're ready to cash out, you can get your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Join FanDuel Sportsbook today to place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win. FanDuel, more ways to win.
The landscape has changed, and not for the last time. The rules of business are being reinvented with a more flexible workforce, by embracing innovation, by looking not only at current opportunities, but ahead to future ones. Resilience is the ability to pivot again and again for whatever happens next.
People who know BDO.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol.
Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie.
The Eagles.
The Drive.